What's up, Gemini? How are you guys doing? Time for the weekly check-in. We're going to see how the energy is looking for you guys for the fourth week of January 2026. So, if any of you are in need of a personal reading, all the information is in the description of this video. I ain't got nothing else to babble about, y'all. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into this. So remember, it's a weekly check-in, so it's just a short, quick, general energetic overview. All right, let's see how that energy's looking. Gemini and the person they dealing with, how's it looking? Fourth week of January. How's it looking? How's it looking? Oh, damn, dog. Some drama about to pop off. Hang on. Don't want to speak on that just yet. Oh, no. You know what? I think this kind of feels like somebody trying to bring drama into your life. That's what this feels like. Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like they keep a really close eye on you. And I don't know. Here's the thing, though. With the strength and the Ten of Swords, it doesn't really look like they're actually taking action with the Four of Wands there. I'm sorry, Four of Swords. It kind of looks to me like this person's trying to figure out a way to bring some drama into your life. You know? Immature, childish-ass games, for real. Yeah, maybe they're just patiently waiting on the right opportunity to twist something that you say or do, or blow something out of proportion, or spread a rumor, or something like that, you know? This is the card of the week, ain't it? This is coming out for everybody, man. So you know what I have to say. If you dealt with somebody that had an addiction issue, if you're curious, no, they're not clean. That's just the default catchphrase for this card. I mean, obviously, there's many different ways that the devil energy can manifest itself, but the most common way is usually through some sort of addiction. So, all right, well, I tell you what, if you dealt with somebody who dabbles in metaphysics and esoterics, I guarantee you they're trying to throw black magic at you. I know that's not all of you, but every time I say that, it's a little handful of you. If that rings true for you, listen to me very carefully. Do not feed it fear. Do not feed it anger. It's actually much easier to combat an energetic attack than you would think. The tricky part is learning how to identify it. That's the tricky part. See, here's how it works. Are you ready? If somebody uses black magic on you, that person can't do anything to you. That's not the way it works. The way it works is, for the lack of a better explanation, they throw this negative ball of shitty energy at you. And it sticks to you, and you don't realize it. And it's really, really sneaky, slimy, slow, and covert. And it slowly overtakes your conscious mind from underneath your unconscious mind, very slowly. And it starts putting little thoughts in your head, really subtly, slowly. And you don't realize it. You're distracted by all this other shit going on, and these little thoughts start coming in, seeping in through the back of your mind, and you start kind of entertaining them. And then once you start entertaining them, you agree to that energy. And then it floods you. And then the next thing you know, it's putting thoughts into your mind that are driving you insane. And you're agreeing to it. So basically what happens is it tricks you into manifesting horrible things for yourself. It isn't doing anything to you without your permission. right? It's really, really sneaky. What you do is you learn how to identify the difference between your energy and a foreign energetic interference. And once you learn how to identify that, you can smell it coming from a mile away. And all you have to do is reject it. This is not my energy. I do not claim this energy. This energy is not wanted here. It's not needed here. I am returning it back to wherever it came from with love and light. It has to leave. It has to. It has to. It has to abide by universal law. And if you don't allow it into your energetic field, it's not allowed to stay. It really is that simple. The tricky part is identifying it. It's been happening to me for fucking 8 years now. People have been trying to use black magic on me since 2019. I'm really fucking good at it now. So after a while, you know, if it happens enough, you'll learn how to identify what your energy is versus a foreign energetic interference. You'll smell it coming from a mile away. Boop. Block it, send it back to them. Anyway, I know that's not all of you, but I know a couple of you needed to hear that. People come to me all the time, terrified, scared to death that somebody's using black magic against them. Well, so what if they are? Get in touch with your energy, and it can't touch you. You know what it is going to do, though? It's going to come back and find them. It's going to come back and find them. That's a promise. That's where you can rest easy. It will, not it might, not it could. It will come back and find them. There's no exception. It's going to come back and find them. So you can rest assured that even if they do get you, the vibrations that you cast are returned back to you threefold. And if you are intentionally tapping into divine energy to cause someone harm for your own selfish gain, it's going to come back to you threefold. It's going to fuck their world up. Anyway, though, I kind of trailed off on that a little bit, but I feel like there's somebody that really needed to hear that. So, okay. Let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Kind of felt to me like we already kind of touched on that. Let's see if there's anything else in there, though. Person Gemini is dealing with, what are their truest feelings, energies, and intentions? Silent treatment. They want to talk to you, but they don't want to be the one to come forward. Yeah. They don't want to be the one to come forward. They want you to be the one to fold under pressure and come reach out to them. Why? Because they want to be the one in control of the situation. And it's kind of like last one out the door is a rotten egg. You know, that childish bullshit. Well, whoever reaches out first is the weak little doo-doo head. You know, it's little kid games. If I reach out to you, you're going to assume power over me. I can't have that. So therefore, if you reach out to them, they're going to assume power over you. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at here. And honestly, too, I think that, like, the more time passes, the more it's kind of eating away at them, that maybe you're not going to come running and chasing after them. And that's when now they're panicking and freaking out. You might move on and do better. We can't have that. Oh, no. Oh, no, we can't have you moving on and healing and doing better. Then that's going to shine a light on me and expose me for the toxic person that's full of shit. I can't have that. So that's why I think they're trying to figure out some way of bringing drama into your life, whether it's just good old gossip and lies and rumors or black magic, you know. Some of you dealing with an Aries. I also have Sagittarius, Virgo, and that's it. Yeah, it sounds like you're dealing with somebody that you need to stay the fuck away from. God damn, dog. I know what it's like, though, man. I know those types of people all too well. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for dealing with so many people like that, I wouldn't have gained such a deep spiritual understanding. So it can actually help you in the long. You can learn a lot from dealing with people like that. And if you really want to go down that rabbit hole, that's the reason why you chose to put that obstacle in front of you. It's for your growth and your evolution. Some of you ain't ready for that conversation yet, though. Let's get the advice. Hold back, dude. Hold the fuck back. Hold back. Put your foot down and keep it there. Don't respond to any indirect attempts to try to get your attention. Don't let them trigger you. Be very careful exchanging energy with anything this person is up to. If you're in a position to where you're able to, just be quiet. Just be quiet. I know it's hard, dude. I know it's hard. We're all humans. We all slip up, but try your damnedest to just be fucking quiet and ignore that. Because see what that's going to do, that energy, what it feeds on is your emotional reaction. That's what it feeds on. That's what gives it life. That's what gives it, that's what keeps it alive. Not only that, but once you start exchanging energy with that, you agree to that vibration. And unless you're a really fucking skilled energy worker, that's like stepping on one of them sticky glue traps that you catch mice with, Be careful with that. Be real. You got to monitor your energetic pathway if you're going to exchange energy like that. I would recommend just not doing it. If you're in a position where you're able to just completely ignore it, just ignore it. And what's going to happen is that energy, the people who are casting that energy, it's going to turn on itself and devour itself from the inside, and they sabotage themselves, basically. And it can take a while. It can take a while, so sometimes you have to be patient. You have to be real patient. But, yeah, this looks like something that would be best for you to just keep moving on from. I normally don't just go straight to that. So hopefully you've learned your lesson from this. If not, maybe you can be tested on that later on with a situation that's not so fucking toxic. But this looks like a mess. Whew. Oh, man, I keep forgetting to bring my sage in here. Damn it, man. We saged the house, and I forgot to bring it back in here. Let's see how the energy's looking generally for the singles. Single Geminis, how's it looking generally? Anything good coming in? Anything bad coming in? Anything coming in at all? I feel like you're connecting with somebody that you're not really sure if you're interested in. Hang on. Yeah, Judgment reversed. Yeah, you're not really 100% sure. Something kind of triggers your defenses a little bit. You're just not quite sure about this. And no, I don't think this is somebody you currently know. I don't, but for some reason, I can't figure out why exactly yet. We'll see their energy here in a minute, but you're just not 100% sure if you're feeling it. Not really 100% sure if you're interested. It's not telling me why. Usually it'll give me a crumb, like maybe you suspect that they're lying about something, or you suspect there's a third party, or you just suspect they're playing games. It's not really telling me here why. Maybe their energy just doesn't, maybe you just ain't feeling it. Sometimes there is no reason why. Somebody's energy is just like, ooh, get away from me, It just be like that sometimes. Just like, get away. Your energy just feels, okay, you know what? You know what we mean when we say energy and vibration, right? You know what that means exactly? I mean, you hear that term and that word tossed around all the time, but do you know what it means exactly? Energy, frequency, and vibration. It sounds cool. It sounds totally cool. Sounds woo-woo, but what does it mean exactly? I'm going to tell you what it means. You literally emit an electromagnetic field that's produced by your heart. This isn't Rich Lopp's little theory. They've had the tools and the technology to measure the electromagnetic field produced by your heart for decades and decades and decades. It's like a big torus field. Now, that electromagnetic field vibrates at a very specific frequency. So when they say like attracts like, when they say that, it doesn't mean bad person attracts bad person and good person attracts good person. It means that in order to attract someone into your life, that person's electromagnetic field has to vibrate harmoniously with your electromagnetic field. That's what it means. It can be measured 10 to 15 feet outside of your body. So when somebody's electromagnetic field doesn't vibrate harmoniously with yours, it feels weird. It's like, It's just like, something's off here. I don't know. Just didn't feel right. Something feels funny. We're just not clicking. There's no real words to describe when you're around that person. You don't like it. You just don't like their energy, Anyway, let's see their intentions at least, I guess. Let's see their feelings, energies, and intentions. Judgment reversed again. Maybe this is just a very uncertain type of individual. Yeah, generally unhappy. I think this is kind of low self-confidence, low self-esteem, negative, person that's very unsure of themselves. Now, I don't think this person has bad intentions. So when I say a person is negative, that doesn't intrinsically indicate negative intentions. They're just the glass is half empty type shit, I mean, some of the most well-intentioned people on the planet are very negative-minded individuals. Walk into a room and the first thing they look for is something out of place. You could hand them $10,000 cash, and the first thing they're going to look at is whether or not the bills are wrinkly. They're just negative. They have a problem for every solution. They're always looking at the negative aspect of things, even if they have a good heart. That's kind of what this feels like. I think what you're feeling is, and also too, I think, and this is speaking of the electromagnetic field, they're very inauthentic. Do you know they have proven scientifically that the strongest vibration that you can radiate is the vibration of authenticity. When you are vibrating at a frequency of authenticity, your vibration, your electromagnetic field vibrates up to 4 times stronger than the field of somebody who is not being authentic. Right? If you want to look at that analogy, like they hold their cards close to their chest, that's kind of literal. Like they're withdrawing, their field is weak. It's not this, it doesn't fill the fucking room up, It's really weak. It vibrates really slowly, and it's really weak, and it's a really weak magnetic field. And you can feel that when you're around them. That's when you get that feeling like, man, it just feels like something's a little bit off. It feels like there's more going on than what meets the eye. I feel like what my gut feels and what my eyes see and my ears hear are just totally different things, because they're not being authentic. They're vibrating at a very low, weak frequency. It's kind of what I feel like you're dealing with here. But I do think they have good intentions. They mean well. Does that mean anything to you? That's an open-ended question. Okay. Let's get the advice. Advice. What's the best advice? What's the advice for Gemini with the next person they connect with? What is the advice? What's the advice? Boom. Ooh, Hierophant reversed. Okay. Man, how many times am I going to have to say this week? Let me see if I can figure out I don't really know another way to explain this. And you know what? I've seen a bit of an influx of this over the past couple of months too, where somebody comes to me for a reading and they're dealing with somebody that they're not really interested in. And they'll tell me that. I'm not really interested in dating this person. What are their feelings and intentions? First of all, why does it matter? You know? I mean, I'll read it. I'm not saying I won't read it for you, but I mean, why does it matter? If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. No matter what their intentions are, it's not going to matter. You know? I think what it is they feel guilty because they know that this is not somebody they want to be with, so they want a reason to walk away so they can feel justified in walking away, you know? You don't have to have a fucking reason to walk away from somebody. You don't owe anybody an explanation. There doesn't have to be a reason. All right? I don't like your energy. I'm not judging you as a person. I'm not saying I don't like you as a person. I'm saying I don't like your energy. I don't like the way it feels when I'm around you. When I'm around you, it just feels off. Something feels funny. Doesn't feel right. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You feel it out. Quit trying to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out. You feel it out. Because even if you do figure it out, that's not going to fix anything. That's why feeling it out is so important. Right? When you come get a tarot reading, that's your ego trying to figure it out. Okay? And again, I'm not saying that you're not allowed to try to figure it out. What I'm saying is that's not going to get you very far. It's not going to get you very far because if you come to me curious about whether or not you can trust someone, and then it turns out that this person is actually a very trustworthy person, okay, well, you figured out that they're trustworthy, but the fact that you had to come to me to begin with indicates an energetic disconnect. Because if this person is in fact very trustworthy, but you're unable to pick up on that, that indicates a bigger, deeper problem. So even if I tell you they have the best intentions in the world, y'all are still energetically disconnected. That's not going to fix anything. You know? It helps. It helps. Not saying that there's something wrong with it. What I'm saying is, once you try to figure it out, you know, you've thought about it, you've taken every variable into consideration, you've gotten a reading, maybe even 2 readings, and so you figured it out, right? But it still doesn't feel right. Go with the feeling. Go with the feeling. Feel it out. Okay? All right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest.